The world of Rob Reiner's home seemed calm, even ordinary, just like any other family house. But for Barry Marowitz, a close friend and cinematographer who had spent 5 days there just 3 weeks prior, the memories now feel almost surreal. "I'm broken," Barry admits, voice trembling. "It's like living through a nightmare that you can't wake up from. I'm devastated." Barry had come to stay with the family while working on a semi-autobiographical film with Rob and Nick. What he saw during those days was far from the chaos that would later erupt. In fact, it was a portrait of a family striving to heal. There was a kind of energy in the house that was about reconciling, about coming together, he recalls. Nick would be in one corner, Rob in the other. They'd argue, sure, but then they'd meet in the middle, shake hands, and just connect. It was almost ritualistic, two people trying to bridge a gap that life had forced between them. Barry remembers Rob as approachable, gentle, and far from authoritarian. Rob never acted like someone who ruled with fear. He was the opposite. He wanted harmony, understanding. I never saw him express fear for his safety. There was respect, patience, even when tensions flared. But Nick, Rob's son, had battles of his own. Barry doesn't shy away from the truth. "There was a violent episode in 2017, he explains. Nick was high on drugs and went on a rampage, breaking the TV, smashing a lamp, and eventually wrecking the entire guest house. It was chaotic, frightening, and sad all at once." Yet, Barry is quick to note that these moments were exceptions, not the rule. When he was sober, when he was himself, Nick was communicating. He was playing basketball, shooting hoops, spending time in the family home. You could see him trying to rebuild himself. The tragedy then feels all the more incomprehensible. "How do you wrap your brain around this?" Barry asks, voice thick with emotion. "Mental illness. That's the reality. You try to help, to guide, to support. But sometimes the mind snaps in ways you can't predict." Even in the midst of grief, Barry refuses to give in to hate. "Hate is easy. Compassion is harder," he reflects. The family never gave up on Nick. Every effort was about helping him, about doing the right thing. Could I condemn a sick person for what happened? I don't think so. This wasn't a planned act. It was a complete breakdown. A mind lost to its own darkness. Barry's memories also capture small, human moments that now feel like echoes of a life cut short. Rob laughing over coffee in the morning. Nick attempting to teach a trick shot on the basketball court. The quiet hum of daily life that made the family feel ordinary, safe, and warm. Those ordinary moments are what make the tragedy so unbearable. And then, there's the heartbreak of the survivors. Romy, Jake, and the entire Reiner family are left to navigate a world that suddenly feels hollow. "God help them," Barry whispers. "No words can ease the pain of losing someone like this, in this way." Barry's account is a reminder that tragedy doesn't happen in a vacuum. It exists alongside love, compassion, and ordinary life, the quiet hours before disaster strikes. And perhaps most poignantly, it's a reminder of the human cost of mental illness, the struggle, the heartbreak, and the efforts of those who refuse to give up, even when the darkness seems unstoppable. As Barry closes his reflections, his words linger. "We must remember them as a family that tried, that loved, that held on as best they could." The tragedy cannot erase that. It can't erase the love, the laughter, or the hope they carried.
For full video, click related link below or like and subscribe this channel.